Hey, everybody. Checking a couple of things because I'm using StreamYard and I told it to go live at 7:30, not 7 o'clock. So let me check a couple of things real quick. That's all right. I'm coming. What is going on, Marcia? I don't know if anybody's there, but I am trying to get everything set up.
Only black women do this. No other race of.
Hey, everybody. I was trying a different app today to see about getting all of these things online. So just bear with me a moment as I set up Facebook. Come on in. I am setting up the live on Facebook, and there was some confusion, and it's on me with the confusion because the flyer said 7 o'clock. I think the invitation on Facebook said 7. The flyer said 7:30. So we just gonna come on in here and get things started and get things moving, and kind of go from there. We may get some extra time in on it, so we just gonna wait. I got a couple of screens moving, so if you are joining me on Authentically Peculiar, hey, come on in. Come on in. Welcome in, y'all. I'm so excited for the book launch of No, Nawl, and Hell No. Come in. Let's get in here. I made the mistake. I set the time on one screen for 7 o'clock. Happy launch day. Yay. Thanks, Jay. Y'all repost, you share, invite your friends to come and join us as we talk about No, Nawl, Hell No. I want some interaction. I want you all asking me questions about boundaries. I want you all to, really get engaged. Let me see how I can send out stuff to Facebook. But listen, they know. How about that? Because this is where my crew is over here. So come on in, y'all. Come on in. How was your Friday? Mine has been really, 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 really busy. I've been teaching all day. I could not wait to get to this part. So we're going to be talking. Hey, Mersephone. Mersephone, do me a favor. Look on my Facebook page real quick and let me know if I'm over there, please. And so I really want to connect with as many people as possible. So share the live, share the what am I saying? Hit the like button, all that kind of good stuff. If you're on the Facebook side, go ahead and type in the comments so I can see that you're there. I see it a little differently on TikTok because I can see everybody as they're joining. Hey, Tita, thanks for joining. Thanks, Miss Stephanie, for checking it out for me. So if you are seeing me on Facebook, type in the comments so I'll know that you are there. Like I said, I can see people on TikTok. All right. So I'm going to give you all a few more minutes because I messed up, excuse me, on the time. And if Empress K is in the building, don't get mad at me about my hair. Listen, we tried to hold out for a couple of days with the swoop and all that kind of stuff, but you had me laid out for this week. And so, how many of you have gotten your copies of the book that you ordered? Either you pre-ordered the ebook. I know Mersephone, which was the first person to purchase, got her book. So many people have gotten their book. But I'm actually, hey DJ, I'm actually going to read some excerpts. I'm gonna give it to about 7:20 to give people the opportunity to get in and join in tonight. So say something to me in the comments on the Facebook side. Look like my Facebook people have dropped off, which is cool because the one thing I know that people that are supposed to be here to support will be here to support. I no longer get moved by the people that don't support, right? Because my reality is this: the people that are supposed to get it gonna get it. The people that are supposed to get free from anything that I do are gonna get free, and we just gonna keep on keeping on with the keep on, right? Let's see. Share the live. TikTok is saying y'all share the live. Facebook is saying share the live. Y'all share the live. Get it out there. Say Marcia messed up and she is already live. She is running things. So come on in. Hey, Miracle Moments. Y'all come on in. Let's get this thing started. Hey, on Facebook. How are you tonight? I really wish I could see the way I see on. Let's see. I know I'm live. So I'm live on YouTube as well. So I'm streaming there as well. So I'm on all three platforms. The only one I don't think I'm on is Instagram. It may be over there, but I'm not sure. So come on in. I, messed up with the times, but we're here. We're going to make it do what it does. Again, share the lives for me. Get your people riled up to bring them on because we know that people are struggling with setting boundaries. We know, hi, Virtuous Bloom, thanks so much for joining. We know that people are struggling with their ability to say no. Their ability to say no and their ability to say hell no, right? Because they are afraid. Hey, Conceit. Ooh, I'm gonna mess your name up, so please forgive me. Kanisha Sanders, thanks so much for joining. We know that people have a tough time with being able to say no, because they can become afraid of people rejecting them. They can become afraid of people kicking them to the curb. Part of what you're going to hear some things tonight about my book, let me move this keyboard, about my book is going to really be encouraging you to tap into the truth of who you are, being able to go to yourself. So I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes. If y'all can just share the live for me, get people on. Stephanie, thanks for jumping on to the Facebook side for me. Miss Stephanie got on me last night. She's like, I can't believe you gave us homework on page 37. It's not really homework. It really is about reflecting over what you've read, so that it can kind of come in and seep into where you are, right? I was like, you know me. I got to make it interesting. I got to put you out there where you are able to just really tap into the information, because if I don't give you a reason to write some things down, you're going to forget. Because we remember probably about 10 to 20% of what we hear. The rest we need to be writing down and making notes and all that kind of stuff. So Miss Stephanie was out here fighting for y'all. She's fighting in the streets hard, trying to get, ask about some homework in the book. Well, it's not really homework. It really is more of, what do you remember about what you read? All right. So she took one for the team, and going in there, right, and asking me questions. But that's what I want you all to do. Even after the book launch, I do want you all to send me questions, ask me questions, let me know how difficult it is for you to really be engaged, how difficult it is for you to really connect with saying you're setting your boundaries. I'm sending some people the live, so y'all bear with me while I'm trying to navigate all of this. I really need a personal assistant, like for real. I really do need a personal assistant. I'm gonna stop trying to do stuff by myself, because this ain't working for the kid. And then ain't neither one of my daughters around either. Psh, man, they working, doing their thing. That's usually who I go to say, hey, handle this for your mama. All right, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before we go live. So talk back to me. Tell me what your questions are regarding boundaries. Let me know what your thoughts are, how difficult you have it with setting boundaries. What's your fear in setting boundaries? Hey, ambitious grudge. What's your fear in setting boundaries? Somebody let me know in the comments. What is your fear with setting boundaries? What are you concerned about with having to use the word no when you're dealing with people? Aren't you tired of saying it? Rejection. Okay. Saying no can lead to fear, or not saying no because you feel like you're going to be rejected by people. Well, ask yourself, in that rejection, why would they reject you for saying no, for being true to yourself, for honoring, yourself? Why would they say no in that space? Diane, thanks so much for joining. Appreciate it. Why would you be afraid, or why would you have to be afraid of people rejecting you? Less access to people, community, although I know it's for my good. Yeah, it can be less access, but here's the thing. If I'm saying no to people, my question is, if they can't handle my no, then they can't really handle me. Because would they really want me agreeing? Hey, Sabrina, Lori, thanks so much for joining. Would they really want me to agree with them automatically and sacrifice myself? What kind of relationship would that be? Sometimes you can say no and you can feel it in the pit of your stomach, and it's just like, this hurt. I'm actually going to read an excerpt from the book about that, because it's scary, to say to say no. The thing is we were raised to not be selfish, right? If we say no, they're supposed to be associated with selfishness. Is it really selfishness though? I don't think so. I think it's your ability to be able to survive. It's your ability to be able to honor your truth. That's what saying no is. Hey, Kenny, thanks so much for joining. We're talking tonight about my newly released book, No, Nawl, Hell No. It's a book about boundaries. It's a book about realigning with your purpose. It's a book about your identity, your authenticity. It's a book about being dedicated to you first. Jairus, the TikTok shopper, saying hey to the people that are joining. Hope you stick around to find out about the book, Aboriginals. Thank you so much for joining and sticking around about the book. I will tell you that you can go to on TikTok to the tree. Oh man, I said it for 7:30. Yeah, I want you to start it now. Oops. Cancel. Okay. Oops, my bad.
Only black
I think I kind of messed that up. My bad. There we go. Resume. I apologize. I hit something wrong and knocked us out, but we're back. We're back. And the thing about it is when we are thinking about boundaries, thinking about yourself, ask yourself why people don't want you to be truthful with you. Hey, Felice, thanks so much for jumping in as we're talking about no, no, hell no. I got 3 screens working over here, so you'll see me moving. I'm Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. They're all up and running. I'm getting my copy. Yay! Yay! I'm glad to hear that. I really do have a goal of becoming a bestseller. I think this book is going to help me reach that goal. If you know me, I have multiple books out there. You can go to Amazon and grab a copy of the book. Hey, Josie, on YouTube, you can go to Amazon.com. I do have a few copies still left at home. I have to order some more copies to ship out. I think it's 3 more hard copies where I will autograph them. If you want an autograph copy, you need to go to marciablaine.com. Autograph them. If you haven't been following my page, you see that I send them out with cute little wrapping and all that kind of stuff, and really put myself into it. Please go out there and share the live. Roro 1972. Hey, thanks so much for joining. Go out there and share the live. I'm talking tonight, hey Spider, about my new book release, No, Nawl, Hell No. No, no, hell no. Have you ever wanted to say no that it just came out like Miss Sophia did in The Color Purple? Hell no. Huh? Oh, y'all was too prim and proper for that. Y'all couldn't get down with the hell no? Okay, I do. I got 3 levels of no. No, that's my proper cutesy. Hey, your local D, how are you today? Thanks for joining and coming in. Share it. So my little proper, you want an autograph copy, Felicia, you'll have to go to marciablaine.com and go ahead. I think it's like 10 paperbacks available and 3 or 4 hard copies. I will be sending those out. Miss Faye, to you, thanks so much for joining. I got a few that I've got to prepare to send out, so they'll be going out tomorrow. But have you ever been at a point where you didn't want to be cute in your no? Where you really wanted to be like, hell no. Or in Miss Sophia's voice, hell no. You feel all of that and you're good, right? Well, that's what this book is talking about. Getting to that place. Hey, Essence of Boo, thanks for joining. Y'all remember to share, like, stick around. Don't just come in, pop out. Stick around, stay in, stay a part of it. Be a part of the conversation. I'm going to give it about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to read what I wrote as a dedication. so that you all can know where we're going. Miss Stephanie, thank you for holding the comments down for me. You know you rock. Wow, let me do a plug real quick, okay? Let me do my plug real quick. This cup says unbothered starts here. B. Mersephone is in the chat and she is holding it down for me in the chat. You need to tap in and go ahead and get your unbothered gear. Get your shirts, get your cups, get your hoodies. I can't wait for the winter so I can wear my hoodie. And if you notice, I don't mind sharing other people's stuff on my platform because here's the thing, we're all moving in a direction, right? So go ahead, share. Let's run those likes back up. They were, before I hit the button on TikTok, I don't know what I did, but we had gotten quite a few shares and quite a few people looking. So if people are out there trying to connect, and tell them to come on back. I'm here. I am here. And let's get out there and get some things going. Hey, Ambitious Grudge. Who else is out here? Who's on Facebook? Holler at me. Tell me your thoughts about your boundaries. Do you have good boundaries? Do you have a tough time saying no to people? Oh, Jay already here. MarciaBlaine.com to get your book. Go ahead and get it. Thanks so much for sharing. I'm about 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start reading some excerpts from the book. I want you all to talk back to me. Whoever's on YouTube, share it out on YouTube as well. I think Josie is over there. I'm not sure who else is over there with you, Josie, but share it out for me. Yeah, it's funny to me having to operate 5 or 6 different screens at one time. This is crazy. Y'all pray for me so I can get me an assistant. Like, for real, because I need an assistant. Good boundaries, but it wasn't always easy. Absolutely. Hey, Pam, thanks so much for joining in. Working on setting good boundaries. I was teaching a class today, and one of the attendees was we were talking about trying to parent these young people, right? And I said to them, you can't parent your adult children. You can be a guider, you can be a voice of wisdom, but you need to set some boundaries in that space. For our young people, sometimes you have to set boundaries with your parents too. And know that it's okay. They may be mad for a minute. It's going to be all right if they're mad, right? And it's okay for them to be mad if you set boundaries. Say, no, Mom, I can't do that right now. No, Dad, I ain't going to be able to do that. No, son or daughter, grandchildren, all of that. Grandchildren are my weakness. I'll say that. It ain't too much that my grandbabies can reach out to me and ask for that I don't cave in with. And they don't even have to beg. They just pretty much have to say, hey, can I? And it's usually going to be a yes, depending on what's going on. Right? Please share the live. Mersephone said, y'all share the live. Share the live. Jay, what's happening? And I may be bringing some of y'all up to talk about what your boundary situations are, understanding what boundaries are in your life. Hey, Rita Reed. Hey, Rita, how are you? I hope that you are doing well. Thanks so much for joining the live. When you think about boundaries, you want to begin to check in with yourself, because a lot of us carry our parents, grandparents, auntie, uncle, cousins, and them stuff, and it ain't our stuff to carry, right? And so we get bound up. There was a young lady that was saying, it's kind of hard for me to set boundaries with older people because I was told that I have to automatically respect the older people and that kind of stuff. You can respect them, but you can still put boundaries in place. You can make it a balance. You don't have to allow yourself to be a rug, even for the old people, because, honey, I'm one of the old people, and sometimes old people get on my nerves. I'm just saying. Sometimes, they can be a little rough around the edges, and so you can set those boundaries. Okay. And I appreciate you all. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and read the dedication. So y'all listen close to it. This book is dedicated to everyone reclaiming their voice, to every person who said yes when their heart was pleading for a no, to those who carried responsibilities that were never theirs to bear, to those who confused self sacrifice with love, silence with peace, and endurance with strength, to those who have spent years shrinking themselves to make others comfortable. This book is for you. May these pages remind you that your voice matters, your needs matter, your boundaries matter. Most importantly, you matter. For every yes that should have been a no, for every no that was swallowed by guilt, for every hell no waiting to be spoken, this book is dedicated to you and to my younger self. Thank you for surviving what you did not deserve. Thank you for continuing to hope when healing felt impossible. Thank you for choosing growth over bitterness. Thank you for having the courage to begin again. Most of all, thank you for never giving up on healing. The woman I am today exists because you refused to quit, because I refused to quit with love, grace, and gratitude. We have to learn to acknowledge and dedicate what we've come through as part of our process of healing. Thanks, Jay. We have to learn to appreciate ourselves. We didn't choose, right, to be in certain situations, to have certain experiences in our life, but we're living them. We do get to choose how they show up in our life. I'm going to read the acknowledgments because I really want to acknowledge everybody that is just a part of who I am. My mother often told me, never take for granted the people who support you, and I don't. Those words have remained with me throughout every season of my life. As I reflect on this journey, I am reminded that none of us arrived at our destination alone. Along the way, God strategically places people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Y'all stop trying to let people, and this doesn't say this in the book, but y'all stop letting people that's in seasonal be a part of your lifetime. Hey, cousin Carlene. Some stay for years while others appear only briefly. Yet each person leaves an imprint, a lesson, a memory, or a blessing that contributes to who we become. I would like to acknowledge every person who has been appointed to walk a portion of this life's journey with me. To those who encouraged me when I doubted myself, to those who challenged me to grow, to those who celebrated my victory, to those who sat with me during difficult seasons, to those who offered wisdom, support, opportunity, correction. And yes, there are some people in my life that will offer correction, grace, laughter, and love. Thank you. Regardless of how big or small your role may have seemed, Please know that your presence mattered. Every conversation, every act of kindness, every lesson, every opportunity, every prayer, every word of encouragement, every expression of support, it all mattered to me. Life has taught me that people often serve a purpose far greater than they realize. Some help us heal, some help us grow, some help us discover who we are, some help us discover who we are not. All contribute to the story. Hey, Candy, to my family, to my friends, colleagues, mentors, clients, readers, listeners, supporters, and those who have believed in me throughout the years. Thank you for being exactly who you needed to be in the capacity that was required. I salute you. I honor you. I appreciate you. Most importantly, I thank you. Your presence on this journey has been a gift, and I am grateful for every chapter we have shared with heartfelt gratitude. And I truly mean it. Thank you for being a part of this life's journey for me. You are so appreciated, so, loved. You know what I mean? I don't take it for granted people choosing to support me. I honestly don't, because people don't have to support you. And my mama told me that. And I have lived that thing. I walk in the space of knowing what my appointment is on this planet. How many of you all know what your appointment is on this rock? Hey, Angela. I brought you up, Angela, because I'm going to talk a little bit about your book, and I know we got to get ready to get that out there as well. But how many of you all really have found a way to honor all of you? How many of you all have really said, I understand my purpose on this planet? We Vibe, hi, thanks so much for joining on the TikTok platform. There's about 7 people on Facebook. Can you type in the message who you are if I have not acknowledged you? When you come into my house, I like to acknowledge folks. And unfortunately, I can't see all the people on Facebook. So, hey, DJ, what's happening? One of the things I wanted to do tonight was to invite you into my mind. That's such a dark place at times, right? Because you don't really want to get down into the mind of Marcia. But I wanted to invite you into a space that led me to this place of writing the book, No, Nawl, Hell No. As a therapist, and I am not the internet therapist, I am a therapist because that's my vocation. One of the things that I recognize that is that, thanks, Josie. One of the things that I recognize is that people live in the past because that's where they are familiar. They are afraid to move forward. Hey, Cherry, that's my tea, y'all. And thank you for the stars. But people live in the past because that's their place of comfortableness. That's their place of familiarity. We wrestle in spaces of rejection and abandonment and disappointment. And when we do that, we find ourselves not being able to say no. We find ourselves, hey, Moose, thanks so much for sharing the live. We find ourselves in a space where we don't understand the power of our yes, because we haven't understood the power of who we are. We haven't understood the strength in our yes. We haven't understood the strength in our no. I'm going to read a quick passage for you called The Legacy of Yes. I didn't know I was allowed to say no until I was already knee deep in resentment. Have any of you ever been in a space where you said yes and you know you didn't want to say yes and you said yes anyway? That you put yourself in a situation where you were saying yes and it made your stomach hurt, your head hurt, then you had regret, then you had resentment, and then it moved from you having regret and resentment to irritability, to frustration. Then you got mad at yourself for saying yes when you should have said no, and now you're mad at the people for asking you. It's not on them to say no for you. You got to say no for yourself. For years, I thought love meant self-sacrifice and silence was how you kept peace. I believe that being a good mother, a good daughter, a good mother, a good partner, a good friend, a good employee, and a good believer meant putting everyone else's needs before my own. I got caught in the trick, y'all. I was lying to myself. Somewhere along the way, I learned that my value was measured by how much I could endure, how much I could carry, and how little I asked for in return. Have any of you all ever felt guilty for asking for a reciprocated relationship, a give and take, a push and pull? Have you ever felt guilty about doing that? Have you ever said, I know that they can't really give me what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and you sold yourself short? I call that putting yourself on the clearance rack. You discounted your fees and then you put yourself on the clearance rack to cut it down a little bit more. Have you ever felt like that before? So let me tell you, silence ain't peace. Silence is suppression. And suppression will cost you your joy, your clarity, your identity, and eventually your health. My auntie said, exactly, because you know the truth don't need no help. You're right. Yes, I've definitely been there. My cousin Shay said, I have been there, where I put myself in a space of silence. I suppress myself. Well, this book is your permission slip to be a rebellion. Rebel against all of that foolishness. Rebel against the stuff that has had you locked up. Think about the times that you have been saying no, but you've been incarcerated, handcuffed. I'm handcuffed to folks. I'm handcuffed to situations. I'm at a place where I don't even know my own voice. I look in the mirror and I don't even know me because I've been saying yes for so long that I don't recognize my voice. That's when guilt comes in. That's when you start telling yourself that my yes is better than my no. And then you stretch yourself out. Then you try to figure out, why am I in the hospital? Why am I feeling overwhelmed? Why am I feeling like I am at a space where I don't recognize me? Have y'all noticed that people always saying yes, they look broke down a lot, skin jacked up, bodies out of shape, intestines, they can't eat nothing, can't do nothing. All they can do is go to sleep because they've been saying yes so long that they are sabotaging themselves. They are sacrificing themselves like they're a sacrificial lamb. Bodies just toe up. One of the groups of people that I say that happens to a lot, those older siblings. Those older siblings are made responsible for folks. And y'all are made responsible for folks all of y'all life. Because you're afraid to hurt mom and them feelings, dad and them feelings. But you done put yourself in a trick bag, always saying yes, for folks that don't even care nothing about you. Oh, I got two of my aunties in today. Why am I working till 12 o'clock and drinking a Red Bull? That was the old me. Exactly. Say hell no to that. Ain't no way in the world that I am going to give anybody more of me than I give it to myself. Ain't no way. We have to learn to not be afraid of hell no. Because here's the truth. People going to step on you like the rug that you present to yourself. Why? Because you told them it was okay. You told them that I don't have boundaries. I remember coming down the stairs. Hey, Unique, how are you? I remember coming down the stairs one day and to my siblings, don't y'all get mad at me when I say this, but going through my grief process with my mom and dad, I was coming down the stairs and my mama had always said that you are your siblings' keeper. Well, I'm the last biological born, but I took that thing to heart. Meaning I was supposed to always be there for my siblings the whole 9 yards, right? Because you never set that boundary. Exactly. You don't set those boundaries. So I was coming down the stairs and I said to my mom and daddy, y'all lied to me. Y'all done got y'all butts up off this rock, then went on to the other side or wherever, left me behind. And here I am still trying to make relationships and stuff working. And because you told me I was my siblings' keeper. Did y'all forget to tell people to keep me? Well, they may not have forgotten to tell people to keep me. People have a right to choose if they want to be in bondage to that. I remained in bondage to it because I thought I was honoring my parents and I had stopped honoring myself. How many of y'all are stuck in that kind of situation where you feel like you obligated to take care of everybody? Thank you for the hearts, y'all, on TikTok. Appreciate it. Where you feel like you responsible. I got to make sure everybody is good. Who told you that? Who caused you to get stuck in that place where it became your responsibility that you got to make sure everybody is good? Thanks, cuz. I appreciate it. If you put yourself in a position where you are trying to make sure everybody is good, what's happening with you? Have you noticed how you get sick? Have you noticed how you don't sleep well? How your bowels don't work? How you have issues with intimacy? No desire, can't get up, can't get down, none of that. All that's going on because you sacrificing. Meredith said, I'm in recovery. Absolutely. I'm in recovery from always saying yes. Always saying yes. Why? Why would I have to do that to myself? Unless you want an early death, you better learn how to say no. No. Hell no. Y'all got to put some twang on that hell no. Right? You got to let them feel their passion because it's obvious that the no didn't work. It's obvious that the no didn't work. One of the things I talk about in the book, and in the book, there are some scripts on how to say no to situations. No, I don't have to explain it any further. So it's plenty of scripts out there. That was the old me. I gave all that I had. I had to learn the hard way, and I have chosen to be happy. Chosen myself first. Absolutely. Choosing myself first. They lied to us when they told us that choosing ourselves was selfish. The airline industry got it right. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Then you help everybody else. We're so busy trying to be heroes. We're so busy trying to get people to like us that we're cutting our oxygen short. So the book is talking about that. One part of the book says this is not simply a book about boundaries. This is a book about freedom. Freedom from guilt, freedom from obligation, freedom from people pleasing, freedom from inherited expectations, freedom from the exhausting cycle of earning your worth through sacrifice. As a therapist, I've sat across from hundreds of individuals whose depression, anxiety, burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion could be traced back to one common thread. They lost themselves trying to save everybody else. Levette said, I've been saying heck no a whole lot lately. Absolutely. That's right, Levette. Clean it up for me. Heck no. I got the hell no. Levette got the heck no. All right. Okay. You all want to get to that place where you're saying, I don't want to be burned out anymore. You were taught to be available, not authentic. I didn't use the words no, 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 and hell no, but the words and the actions I did, it just worked. Yeah. You have to put yourself in a position where you can say, listen, it's okay for me to say no. Here's the thing I want you to recognize is most people don't wake up one day and decide to become people pleasers. You're conditioned to be people pleasers. Lynn and Cherry, can y'all tell May I'm live? So and tell her I call her back. My aunt probably trying to get live, but she calling me right now. So can one of y'all let her know? Joy, call your auntie and tell her that I'm live. I can't answer right now. I love my aunts, man. Like for real. I love them seriously. But nobody wakes up to be people pleasers. You all are conditioned. How many of you all have been conditioned? Thank you so much for sending me the stars on Facebook. I appreciate it. How many of you all were conditioned to say yes? Come on, baby. You got to take care of family. We all we got. Family over everything. Right? How many times have family left you sitting on the curb? Sitting in your feelings, hurting. We were conditioned to people please. Inherited expectation. Now that's a word. Absolutely. A lot of times, if you are the one that's making money in your family, if you're the one that's been identified as the strong one, if you're the one that's been identified as the one that hold it down and hold it together, you've been conditioned to say yes when you really wanted to say no. You have the opportunity, as long as you're 6 feet up, you still have the opportunity right now to be able to say, no, I ain't doing that. No, not going to be able to do that. In Levette's word, heck no, I'm not doing that. Marcia's word, hell no. I was conditioned to be the bigger person, to always be the one to apologize even when it wasn't my place. Yeah, you know what, Shay? We was conditioned like that. Hell no. I don't need to be the bigger person. I need to be the authentic person. I need to be authentically Marcia. What I will say to people, if people have issues with me, I would say to them, I would give them an opportunity. Hey, let me know what your issue is with you, with me, because I can explain it better than what your assumptions may be. Right? But the real truth is people can have an attitude with you and it ain't got nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with themselves. My baby girl joined. Hey, Jazzy B, drive safely home from work. When you are thinking about it, we often get into a space where we are allowing people to dictate how we are. We're allowing people to tell us who we are. We're allowing other people to put on us their issues when the truth is, it's their issues with themselves. I remember being on a job, and Meredith can vouch for this. Meredith used to always say, you're either going to love Marcia or you're going to hate her. You're going to get along with her or you're not. And she ain't going to care one way or the other. And I don't. Because the one thing that is true about Marcia, I'm always going to walk in my authentic self. I'm not here to make everybody like me. I'm not here to make everybody want to be around me. What I am here to do is what my purpose is. There have been many a times that people have looked me in my face, grabbed my knowledge, and talked about me like a dog. Asked me if it bothered me. Probably in my 20s it did. But baby, when I hit 30, and now that I'm knocking on the door at 60, y'all ain't got a chance. My dad used to say, you ain't got a snowball chance in hell. Not now, not in this space, right? Here's the thing that you want to make sure is that you're checking in with you. Ask yourself, Why am I still saying yes when my soul said no? Why do you feel obligated? My soul said no. You weren't mishearing when your soul said, don't accept that. Don't say yes to that. You started questioning yourself. Why? Why would you question yourself? And Angela, you can tell me if you feel uncomfortable being on screen, I'll remove you. You could tell. You do? Okay, I can remove you. Hold on. Say that again.
I mean, I can do. We can come on later.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I ain't mean to take all of it. But here's the real reality. My hardest no came from a space where I became fearful of saying no. When I got to the place where saying no was going to hurt my kids or my grandkids or other people that I love. So I'm going to read this excerpt to you. And I'm probably not going to read all of it because it's pretty lengthy. The most difficult no, a conversation between my younger self and the woman that I became. Sometimes the hardest boundary isn't the one we set with others. It's the one we set with the version of ourselves that has spent years of surviving. Throughout this book, I've talked about saying no to unhealthy expectations. That means y'all got to get the book to read it, right? Toxic relationships, guilt, manipulation, and self-abandonment. But if I'm being completely honest, the most difficult no I ever had to say wasn't to another person. It was to me. More specifically, it was to the version of me that believed my worth was tied to what I could do for everyone else. For much of my life, I wore many titles: daughter, mother, grandmother, partner, counselor, caregiver, problem solver, support system. I became whatever was needed for the people that I loved. And while there is beauty in loving and serving others, somewhere along the way, I stopped asking an important question. What do I need? I became so skilled at meeting everyone else's needs that I lost connection with my own. I said yes because it felt easier, yes to responsibilities, yes to expectations, yes to obligations, yes to being available, yes to carrying more than I should. And every yes moved me further away from myself. What I didn't realize at the time was that my older self was operating from the wounds of my younger self. The younger version of me had never been truly heard. She had needs that were ignored, emotions that were dismissed, pain that had never fully been acknowledged, dreams that had been postponed. And because she had never been heard, she spent years searching for validation through service. Is that familiar to anybody? She believed that if she could help enough people, love enough people, save enough people, support enough people, then perhaps she would finally feel worthy. But healing has a way of exposing the truth. Eventually, I realized I wasn't simply overwhelmed, I was disconnected. disconnected from my own voice, disconnected from my own desires, disconnected from my own identity. I had become so focused on taking care of everyone else that I no longer recognized the woman staring back at me in the mirror. That realization, y'all, was painful because it required me to confront something I had spent years avoiding. I had abandoned myself, not intentionally, not maliciously, and not because I didn't matter, but because somewhere along the way I learned that everyone else mattered more. Healing required me to challenge that belief. It required self reflection, the kind that forces you to sit quietly with uncomfortable truths. It required self accountability, the willingness to acknowledge the role I played in my own exhaustion. It required authenticity, the courage to stop performing and start telling myself the truth. The truth was, I was tired, y'all. The truth was, I needed boundaries. The truth was, I deserved rest. The truth was that I could love my children without losing myself, love my grandchildren without losing myself, honor my parents without losing myself, support others without losing myself. The truth was that my needs mattered too. That was the most difficult no. Not because I didn't love the people around me, but because I finally had to love myself enough to stop disappearing. I had to tell my younger self, hey girl, I hear you now. I see you now. You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to prove your value. You don't have to carry everyone. You don't have to save everyone. You don't have to abandon yourself to belong. And perhaps that's the lesson I hope you take from this book. Sometimes saying no isn't about rejecting others. Sometimes it's about finally choosing yourself. Sometimes it isn't about listening to the younger version of you who has been waiting patiently to be acknowledged. Sometimes it's about becoming the safe place you spent your entire life searching for. And if that's where you find yourself today, I want you to know something. It's not too late to love you. It's not too late to rediscover you. It's not too late to reclaim your voice. It's never too late to honor your needs. It's never too late to heal. The most difficult no I ever spoke became the greatest yes I ever gave myself. And for that, I'm forever grateful to me. The most difficult no leads to the greatest yes. What are y'all thoughts? I'm gonna let that soak in for a minute. What are your thoughts? Hey, Terry Taylor, thanks for joining. What are y'all thoughts? Stephanie said, hell yeah. Finding yourself, being true to yourself, honoring your voice, teaching others how to treat you by the way that you treat yourself. No longer being that rug that's heavy. No longer being that rug that's filled with dirt and grime and stepped on. It's time to put the rug in the washer. It's time to get rid of all of the dirt. It's time to move yourself into a space where you honor yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10 in your comments, self-preservation, absolutely. On a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments, 1 being not so much, 10 be absolutely. What level do you love yourself? I think that is very powerful. Thanks to you. Yes. 1 to 10, 1 being not so much, 10 be I'm real good to me. What is your level of love to yourself? Put it in the comments. No judgment here. Persephone said, I'm at a 10. Finally got me to a 10. I'm worthy, says Gwen Crenshaw. Josie said, I'm at a 10. Jay said, I'm at a 7. I'm still working to get to that place where I'm cool with who I am. That's a good answer. Pam said, I'm at a 9. I'm still working to get to that place where I'm cool where I am. Does that mean that you're going to walk around and be happy, happy, joy, joy all the time? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you are at a space of self-love where you are giving yourself permission to choose you first. That's what that's about. How am I choosing me first? Felisa, I'm at a 9 because we're still working. Gwen said, I'm at a 10 because I'm still working, pushing myself through. How many of you all have had to set boundaries to address unmet expectations? 8 in that book, and that took healing, absolutely, and lots of it, and still moving, absolutely, Shay. Getting there, getting to that space of walking through that healing, walking through that acceptance. Sandra, we had a long day. I don't blame you for taking a nap, but thank you so much for joining. Hey, T. Y'all got Leela Robinson in the house. She said she had a 10 of self-love. Yes, yes, I love it. How many of you all have experienced difficulty addressing unmet expectations? You know, being reciprocated. In my head, my auntie said, in my head it's a 10, but I might be really an 8, still working on not feeling guilty about doing stuff for me. Exactly. Here's what I would like to ask. Outside of not having those expectations met, how many people are in your corner that show up for you when you need them to? Do they reciprocate availability the same way that you give it out? If you went down right now, would you have somebody that's going to stand for you? Sandra said, hallelujah, I'm at a 10. Meredith said, I had to pray and ask God to help me to not be so available and accommodating. Absolutely. Because the guilt will make you feel like I have to show up. One of the scripts that I wrote about unmet expectations, when assumptions create disappointment. Here are some examples. Feeling unsupported, miscommunication, disappointment over unmet needs and unspoken expectations. Boundary scripts. I realized I had expectation I didn't clearly communicate. Are you actually telling people what you expect from them to be in relationship with you? I do. I will tell people, if you're in my life, I don't do unreciprocated relationship. If you always reaching out, asking me to support you, be there for you, the whole 9 yards, and I can't never get you to support me, that's an unbalanced relationship. Then I'm going to go ahead and reduce what our contact looks like. It was a process, but I refused to retreat or go backwards. Absolutely. I felt hurt. Can you say this as a script? I felt hurt by what happened, and I want to talk to you about it. How many of you all feel comfortable talking to people about when they hurt you? Especially those people that will turn around and try to make it your issue. It's plenty of people out there that don't want to be accountable, and if they know that they can make you feel guilty by saying no, and they can flip it on you're the issue, you tend to cower down. I have to stop looking for me and others. Oh, absolutely. It's an unrealistic expectation. Absolutely. But you can look for you in you and then tell people what you expect from them. People gaslight you like that sometimes. They absolutely do. They will make you feel guilty. You know, when people gaslight you is when you no longer have them on the pedestal. When you take them off of that pedestal where they think that they everything better than a sliced bread, right? So then they go around and start telling everybody that you the issue. I can use those statements with family too. Absolutely. One of the statements that I like is unspoken expectations often create silent resentment. I don't want to resent you. So here's my expectations. When you ask me to be there for you, but you've never been there for me. And I'll be honest with you, especially with social media. I used to get upset in the beginning about people not sharing my posts and stuff like that. And I had to get over that because what I found, especially on TikTok, what I found is there are a lot of people that don't know you that will hear your stuff and share it faster than family and friends. If that is a sore place for you, don't be upset about that. Don't be upset about that because the stuff that you need to get out, Sandra said, using those I statements, the stuff that you need to get out, the people that need to see it, it's going to land where it's supposed to land. If people don't show up for you, for your events and all that kind of stuff, don't take it personal. Keep moving. When you start taking it personal, you start giving them energy that they don't deserve. You're starting to tell them, hey, I got more value in your life than you have in my life. Is that really the message that you want to send to them? No, don't take it personal. Don't get an attitude with them. Just recognize, oh, okay, well, let me put you over here. I often tell my clients I have 4 categories of friends or people that I associate with. My first category is passerbys. People that I pass by with, hey, how you doing? What's happening? Good to see you. Hope to see you again soon. My second level is associate. I can associate with you. I know a little bit about you, right? My next level, wait, hold on. Passerby, associate. Okay, got it. Because it's been a minute. Passerby, a good friend told me you can't build a business on friends and family. You can't. You can't. If you waiting on friends and family to support you, to be there and purchase your stuff and all that kind of stuff, baby, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. What I would tell you is what I hear a lot of people saying, put your stuff out there. Tag, promote, put it out there. You can't build, I was just telling Mersephone this last night, you can't build what your future is and what your purpose is based solely on the people that you know. You got to tap into those people that you don't know because everybody is not going to support you in that process. You got to honor yourself and not be afraid. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, listen, this is my purpose. When I write books, I write them because my internal self, my intuitive self says, hey, put this in writing. Put it out there. Can it be disappointing when you don't get all the sales that you would like? It can be, but do you rest in it? I'm not telling you that you can't feel. What I'm telling you is to give yourself permission to feel for the moment and keep going. Don't sit in it. Don't sit in irritability. Don't sit in bitterness. Don't sit in frustration. See it for what it is and recognize where you are with things. Don't sit in it. That bitterness, unprocessed hurt, unreciprocated relationships, unmet expectations can cause you to be sick. It will fill you with dis-ease that shows up as disease. The biggest component and threat to disease in our body is inflammation. Inflammation shows up when we have disorder in our body, when we're holding on to stuff, when we are allowing ourselves to be able to not forgive. I'm a proponent of forgiveness. Baby, I can forgive you and walk past you and say, hey, how you doing? I'm going to keep on going. Forgiveness does not mean that I got to automatically interact with you. Forgiveness is me saying, I need my heart content to be right. I need to move in the direction to where I am my best self. If I'm caught up in saying yes when I need to be saying no, I'm making myself sick. Y'all don't want to be sick anymore, do you? You don't want to be sick anymore. It's time to snap into your healing. It's time to move into that place where you can heal. So, with that being said, go grab your copy of No, Nawl, Hell No. It's a few more copies on the Marcia Blaine store on marciablaine.com if you want an autographed copy. I will be re-upping those this week. It takes about 2 weeks for me to get my copies. If you want your copy immediately, go ahead and go to Amazon and grab your copy. You can go to Spotify if you want to listen to it. Forgiving is so very liberating. Absolutely. Think about it this way. If I am in a state of unforgiveness, I'm continuously handcuffed to people that I don't want to be handcuffed to. That's why forgiveness is so important. Okay? Don't be handcuffed to people, situations, or circumstances because you feel like if I forgive them, you letting them off the hook. Hey, Denitra, you're not letting them off the hook. You giving yourself freedom. Thanks, cuz. I appreciate it. So any questions about boundaries? No, hell no. I will say this, if you have any questions, forgiveness is what gives you the energy to move forward. Absolutely. Yes, you feel the weight lift sometimes from it. You should always feel the weight lift when you're in forgiveness because you're shaking it off. You're shaking it off. That stuff get heavy. It makes your shoulders fall in and cave in. Okay? Now, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit because I've shared with you all and Angela, I'm not sure if you're going to be on the TikTok, but I'm going to reiterate your information, but they'll be able to hear you. I shared with you all, No, Hell No. I want you to go grab the book, help me reach my goal of bestseller. How do we do that? Buying the books on Amazon keeps that clock ticking, right? It keeps you moving, those numbers moving for you. Amazon declares you as a bestseller if within the first 30 days, I believe, 30 or 15 days, you can sell 200 copies. Help me reach that goal. Please help me reach that goal. That's my goal. Buy some copies for your friends. Send them out to people. Share them with them. You can buy them on Amazon. If you would like for me to autograph it, then let me know. If you buy it on Amazon, what I'm willing to do is write out an autograph, send it to you along with one of these stamps that says Marcia Blaine Brand Books or Marcia Blaine Books. I'll send them to you on a sticky paper, and then you can put it on the inside of your book. Okay. Oh, y'all, excuse me for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I apologize. Jasmine forgot her garage door opener, and she had just worked a 12-hour shift, and I didn't want her to sit out there any longer. So thank you all for letting me go. So grab your copy today. Thank you, Lavette, for putting it in. So let me say this. Lavette is my brand manager. When y'all see a lot of stuff coming out, when y'all see my blog coming out every Friday, and y'all are reading it, that's Lavette. Lavette is, okay, you can get yours on Amazon and I'll come to the house and sign it for you. Lavette is the person that keeps me on track with so many different things. She challenges my thoughts about my brand and the whole 9 yards. So I got to give it up for Lavette. If you are not subscribed to the blog, go to marciablaine.com. I promise you, the blogs that come out every Friday will change your life. Go out there, make sure you read them. Don't just get them and leave them in your inbox. Go out there and read them because they will change your life. All right. I'm going to take a few minutes because I did something this year that I've wanted to do for a very long time. And Angela, I'm going to bring you up. Angela is a new author. And I had the privilege of guiding her with writing her very first book. You got to show it to him, Angela.
Oh.
And tell him the name. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to talk about your book. But I'm branching out, y'all. I'm helping people write books, helping people get to where they need to be, moving out of their fear of putting out their work. So, Angela, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. First, I just want to congratulate you on your book, on your new book. And so I definitely was not expecting to speak about mine because this should be all about you today, right?
But this is what I do.
I know, and I appreciate that. And I'm so grateful and honored that you're giving me this moment. This is all very new to me, and I thank you for guiding me and helping me see that this was something that I probably needed to do. Is very therapeutic and very healing for me too. So I just published my book, and it came out yesterday, July 30th. And can you see it, or is it backwards?
No, I can see it. It's okay. Finding Peace.
Finding peace when your child is hurting. And so it's a true story. It's a parent's journey through addiction, mental health challenges, and unconditional love. And so my husband and I, we had the challenge of dealing with two children, one who was battling addiction and another somewhat addiction, and both mental health issues. And it was very tough for many, many years. And so this is my book on how we got through it, mostly through faith and leaning on our faith and just supporting each other. Where most couples would break, it made us stronger. And so, I just wanted to share my story. It was really it's still uncomfortable because I'm putting it out there for people to read about our personal lives, but it was tugging at my heart. And I know this was God. I'm just being obedient. God has spoken to me and told me I needed to share this story, and I'm being obedient. So
awesome. Thank you. You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to her website.
Yes. Absolutely. It is on Amazon under my name or the title, of course, hardback or paperback, and my website too. But yeah.
You got to tell me the website.
Okay. But it's
okay, so she's learning media.
Well, I can put it on in the I have the Facebook up too, so I was looking at both, right? Okay. So I can put it in the chat. Should I put it in the chat?
Yeah, you can put it in the chat.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
And I know, and so you have a lot of congratulations going on between TikTok and Facebook and YouTube as well. My purpose on this planet, for those that don't know, is to assist people to reach their highest self. Yeah. I don't care what I'm doing. When someone has been assigned to me, I am going to work with them to get to the space where their highest self comes forward. I am not one who's afraid to share platforms, to introduce people to situations or circumstances so that they can better themselves. Right? I want you all to tap into, especially after you finish reading No, Nawl, and Hell Nawl, I want you all to tap into what it actually means for you. Who are you on this planet? Walk away with this. What am I going to shed when I start saying no? How much weight am I going to shed when I start saying no? Okay. I so appreciate you all joining me tonight and just taking a moment to listen to No, No, and Hell No. I feel loved. I feel supported. I feel appreciated that you all took time after a long work week on a Friday night and spent that time with me. So thank you, thank you so very much. Any questions for me? Any comments for me? Any concerns? You can type them in the chat. Now, this ain't Zoom, so I can't bring you up on the mic. I can on TikTok if somebody want to come up. Ooh, 2MG Gemini. Hey, what's happening? So I'm gonna run through and say hi to all the people that joined that has been interactive. First of all, let me say, Mersephone, you held the comment section down. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, Josie, for holding down the YouTube section. Mersephone was holding down the Facebook and TikTok. Love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for all the stars that you have populated with over on Facebook. I so appreciate you all very much. And just a couple of reminders, love it. I'm going to view the ending later. Okay, I'm going to grab something before it gets too late. Thank you so much, Sandra. I really appreciate you. What link do I go to order the book? Lavette just put the Amazon link in the chat on the Facebook side, so you can go there to order your book. Thank you, Meredith. She said, I'm extremely proud of you and you're an inspiration to us all. Thank you so much. Can't wait to get this book. I can't wait to get you all feedback. Do you cover this in the book? Cover what in the book? How long does it usually take people to get past the guilt when they start saying no? It can take a minute. It could take a minute because you have to be comfortable with your own voice. That's a good question, Moose. You have to start becoming comfortable with your own voice. You have to give yourself permission to say, I have a right to choose me. I have a right to not be abused or misused. I have a right to not say yes to things that I need to say no to. Okay? You want to make sure, and here's the thing, even when you feel guilty, still say no. If your no is your authentic response, still say no. You'll become familiar with it. It'll get comfortable after a while. It's kind of like swimming. You get thrown out there, you learn how to breathe, and you learn how not to breathe, suck in the water, right? After a while, you get comfortable. You learn how to dog paddle. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good question. Really good question. Thank you. I am my granddaddy's grandchild, and I do everything in time and on time, and I promise to be out by 8:30. Because baby, that this throat chakra is never closed these days. No, no, help. Listen, I'll sing it, and I can't sing. I'll bring it on out and be like, nope. No, I don't say yes to things that I don't want to say yes to. I gave myself permission to get out of bondage. I gave myself permission to love me first. And subsequently, in me choosing to love me first, I get a lot of love from people. I realign myself, I reconnect myself, and I honor myself in all that I do. All right. So I want to bid you all adieu. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for being here again tonight. Thank you for your orders. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. And if you need to, you can jump in my DMs. If you have a question, I know sometimes being on social media and things like that, you don't want to ask certain things in the social way, but you can jump in my DM and ask me any questions. I will respond. Maybe not tonight. I hadn't had dinner, so I got to go find me something. My cousin said it's good, great. Enjoyed this session. If I continue to listen, I might learn I might learn something. We all in the learning phase, cuz we are all in the learning phase. So you all have a beautiful night. Make sure that you are honoring yourself in all that you do. And until next time, take good care. Y'all have a good one.